Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock! With two lovely packages from Bricklink.com to go through. Fantastic! Well, I'm going to start with the bigger of these two first. Well, they're roughly the same size, but taller anyway, because it's got less fun stuff in it. So I reckon the fun stuff will end up on the top when I've done both of them, essentially. And early heads up, there won't be a brick call next week because of Christmas and because of red wine, more importantly. Oh no, it's all in paper bags. Right, I'm going to tip all of this out and then we can go through it when it's in a big heap rather than crinkly paper. Okay, that wasn't too bad as it turned out. So yeah, I can kind of go through each of these piles one by one that came out of a separate bag. I haven't examined them too much. This one seems to be full of solar powered lamppost pieces, in that we've got all these glow in the dark 1x2s and the 1x4s to go on them, so they'll be on the top of my lampposts that I never got round to putting in the old city. Basically, they do kind of congest all of the photos and stuff and cause havoc with your camera when it's trying to focus on something up front when you're actually trying to focus on something behind. But I'm going to do that in the new city regardless, because I've kind of want the pattern of all these and the glow-in-the-dark minifigure heads on the sort of more old style lampposts, all making an interesting pattern that probably again won't come up very well on camera, but will be great in person. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do there. So whenever I see them for quite a cheap price, I buy them, because both of these parts direct from Lego are quite expensive. This one I just bought for the tile underneath. It said it was in very bad condition, so it was about 3p. So I thought, brilliant, I'll have a white 2x4 tile for 3p. A couple more bits. Oh, a lot of these for my cobbled street. Just getting a few more pieces that I ran out of. And that one looks interesting. Yes, it is. This is the Blacktron control panel that was in a few sets, including the 6941 Batrax from 1987. Wonderful sets. This piece was a bit overpriced, but I've had it on my wanted list, my important wanted list, no less, for many, many months. So I thought I'd try and finally tick it off, even if I had to pay, wait for it, over £1 for this single 1x2 tile. Not very happy with that. But yeah, it's basically for the control panel for the undersea kind of protection tower. I did one of those before, didn't I? He's looking over his shoulder. I'm going to extend that. In fact, I've got all the pieces to extend it, and then I was going to duplicate it and have a second one. And I need this to get in the lower door, which it didn't have a door before. So yeah, that is something I can do in the cabinet now. So that's that bag. This bag at the back, I need more red pieces for my red bridge, because I'm going to slightly modify that, I think, to make it just slightly longer, stretched out. And that is for that overhead gantry. Remember, I've got a similar piece that's kind of a sideways one that's a bit longer. I need some ones to hold that them up. So that's what that is. Now this is the reason for the order, or rather for this vendor. The white tyre that I already got one of, but need two of, from the set 3830 Bikini Bottom Express, the SpongeBob set from 2008. Yeah, so this is going to go on a big advertising board, and I wanted it to stand out against black, and black tyres on black doesn't look that good. And when I discovered these existed, I was like, right, I'm in. I need two of those, and they're going to really augment my racing scene. Because, yeah, I wanted a 3D kind of racing sign. So that's all I'm going to say now. But now I've got that, actually, I think I can show you it. In fact, there's another part I needed. So there's some slopes in here. This isn't the other part, but I was running out of those because I was using those for that platform all along the back of Brickcross Station. I had to pilfer some off the drop pods. So, yeah, you solve one problem and cause another. Let's keep the really good bits at the front. Yeah, the other part I needed a lot more of for that racing build actually is these, actually. Yeah, I need these and these to attach them to my pavement, so that's good. And loads of black 2x4s, because I ran out, because it uses an absolute mountain of them. So anyway, that is brilliant. I think I can do that build. I think I might do that next, actually, because I'm quite excited to see it. I think it'll be super fragile, but it's super cool. These were very well priced. These jumper 2x2s in dark bluish grey for pavements. I need some in light bluish grey, but wait till they're a couple of pennies, because there's no point buying them for 5-6p each when somebody else will have them for 2. More of those for what will be the beach underneath the tile layer. What have we got here? Ah, yes, more of the little bits for my cobbled streets. So I should be able to do another section of them in the next city update. That's good. Probably not enough, sadly. It's probably only enough to sort of fill the bit maybe from the corner section to where it vanishes behind the modular, but at least that's something. We've got this nice corrugated roof piece, which I've used before actually on some of my either shacks, or sometimes I've used ones, I don't think it's this exact one, but there's about 4 different versions of it over my cargo racking, which I think I'm going to have to work out how to do differently, because I did have that as a kind of facade into the wall before, but now it'll be up front and very visible as part of the dock setup. So I'll probably have to change how that works, maybe extend it. So I might use it for that, but I just bought that because, well, it was available and they don't come up all the time. So you never know when you need to do a little shack. Ditto, these pieces are quite hard to come by in blue, weirdly, and I think I'd need loads of them for the undersea. I've got enough for the marina, but I'm going to need more. So I've already got too many green ones for the murky side. So this blue side will be just vital as well. These are for a facade build that's going to be slightly angular. So I've started designing about, I'm going to say 5 more facade buildings, some of them quite tall, so they're going to be quite pricey to get all the parts for. But I've tried to make them all have something a bit different about them rather than just being more square boxes. So they've either got sort of a really interesting pattern in the brickwork or something, or they're a bit more angled like this one, or what else have we got? Or yeah, just mounted at a non-conventional angle. So yeah, all sorts of stuff going in here. That one actually is pretty much pilfered from a side build in a Marvel set, but I've made it very colourful instead to make that very interesting. They had these for 1 penny each. Often when I'm in a store, I look at what they're selling for a penny, or less than a penny in some cases, and it was loads of these 1x1s with a hole in lime. So I thought, well, that'll be good for holding up plants or something. So yeah, if you don't want them that much, I'll take them off you. Oh yeah, here's some interesting pieces. Put these right at the front. Oh yeah, there's the other thing. That's the other thing I needed for this build for my racetrack. So yeah, they were great at having all of the ones. Yeah, so when I found that somebody had this and all of the other parts I needed for the racing build, and then they had a few other things that I needed that were special, I thought, yeah, go on, this is the vendor for me. So yeah, that's just one of those axle holders to hold the middle bit that goes in the tyre, but you know, vital nonetheless. Some of these newspaper windows that I like. For more sort of shacks and stuff. They've only been on 3 sets, including 76403, the Ministry of Magic from 2022. And then I've got, as ever, some 1x1 tiles to kind of populate my card shop when I eventually get that. I thought one with a sort of shiny heart on could be a Valentine's card or something. A soppy one, a nice star one. You're a star, maybe if somebody who's changing job or something. And then some dark brown quarter tiles. I'm starting to do dark brown tiles for the sleepers in my mine setup rather than regular reddish brown, just to differentiate it. Got loads of these, I think, for a penny. I'm hoping I can use them either for connection points under the sea for fish and stuff like that, or just the wrong way around as a 1x2. And they're just much cheaper. So there's a bit of economy there, really, but I figured I could use them. He has an absolute mound of them in this, what was another paper bag. So, yeah, load of those. A couple of brackets, I forget what they're for. Round tiles for either the cobbles, or in this colour for holding all of the flex track together in my subway stations. Oh, and one more of those, right. Then there's one more bag off to this side, which has got all the long, thin stuff in. And one is this new style ladder, which I've never had before. It's been on 3 sets in white and 1 in black, I think it was, including 60374, the Fire Command truck from 2023, which is a bit of a big boy, isn't it? He looks very overpowered for that small, puny fire. And actually, do you put water on an electrical fire? I don't think you do, actually. So him getting all active with his water cannon might be causing more of a problem than he's solving. But anyway, yeah, this new style ladder, I don't particularly like as a ladder, but I thought, wow, it really looks like a sort of walkway, doesn't it? With sort of slats in it So I could use it that way. So I bought one to see what it's like. You know, you can sort of attach robot arms to here and maybe one of those flex hose pieces for a gantry. I thought that might be really good if you needed to have some sort of walkway outside, say prison cells. That was my thinking. So if I'm going to do Prison Island, I want to make it packed and stacked. Then I've got some of these just because they were keenly priced, and I think I'm going to use loads of them. I bought a couple off Lego Direct just to see how cool they are, and the answer is very cool. So I thought I'll get some more. So I got 2 more pairs because they were very well priced, like I say. And the thing that I love about these is you've got a few connection points up the side as well. So you can even sort of attach some little fish on there when you've got a submarine up here or whatever it might be, or a helicopter, I don't know, have somebody descending from it or something like that. So that's good. And a couple of really cheap arches. Talking of cheap arches, I got this disgustingly mucky one. There. And some other ones. These are going to be holding up areas of the city, probably, or areas of the undersea, or areas of mountain, because I'm going to be doing a big old town. And the thing that's going to link the old town to the castle is what was Major Oak Hill. Is going to be much bigger with buildings on it, hopefully, and a massive ramp down of all those ramp pieces that are like this one, but with all the cobbles on. And that's hopefully going to widen down and end up in the old town. So in the olden days, obviously, if you're an attacker, you'd have to go all the way up there, getting shot at the whole time by arrows to try and attack the castle. And yeah, I'm hoping to have loads of interesting features all the way down that. So yeah, that's going to need a lot of support. So that's why I'm just getting some of these arches whenever I see them for about 4p or something like that. I mean, for 4p, yeah, I can take that risk. This one that doesn't have the pattern on, though, that will be part of a future rail crossing. Because as I said another time, I've had about 2. Did I only have 2 crossings before? I'm thinking I only had 2 crossings before, maybe 3. And now I'm going to have about 8, just because, well, there's more stuff going on, a more complicated rail system. So, yeah, hey-ho, I'm going to need an absolute load of those pieces. More of these slopes were pilfered. That should make me future-proof. There we go. And then probably some of the most interesting speculative pieces were in the final bag of this first box, which were all from an Animal Crossing set, 77049, Isabelle's House Visit from 2024, which I almost could have bought for these parts, but yeah, it wasn't very cost effective. And I thought, well, I'll buy them from Lego Direct, and that wasn't very cost effective and bricks and pieces either. So I just put them all on my wanted list and thought I'll get some when I see them, and here they are. So I guess these are Animal Crossing sets that is kind of Fabuland 2.0 in my mind, but I think it's related to some sort of game, computer game, but I don't know because I'm not really into that sort of thing. But anyway, there is a very interesting rounded door in red on a frame of dark orange. Oh, so you can only use the frame one way round. Couldn't have it as being an innie door. Well, I suppose you could. You'd have to disguise it a bit. Maybe they make it a feature. I don't know. Anyway, there is a nice big door. So I thought I could use that maybe in the old town just as a bit of variety. Very nice indeed. And they also had some really interesting window pieces. And it seems that set was sort of done so you could change out the windows and put your own personal touch on it. But we've got these ones which should fit under arches. I don't think I've got any 6 wide arches, but you get the idea. If that was a 6 wide piece, I think it'd fit perfectly underneath it. What's that? Medium or dark azure? I'm going to call that medium azure. Yep, so they're quite nice. Kind of a bit bag-endy, isn't it? The, Hobbit sort of hole. And then there's these square versions in dark orange again, which probably go better with that frame. And they're just a bit different as well. I mean, technically, they're just like 1x4x3 windows with the movable kind of window frames in them. But yeah, I thought I'd give them a go. And as I say, they were cheaper than they would have been direct from Lego. And another piece that is creeping into loads of different sets, but I've never had before, and included in that Animal Crossing one, these kind of tree stumps. So usually you'd have a tree just going straight into the floor with these round bricks, but now we can have a bit more interest on them with these kind of root toes, if you will. So I think they look really good. So I think I might be in the market for more of those, but then he had 2. So there we go. Right, so that is the first box. 3. So that is the first box, and it's got some really interesting stuff in it, but not as much as the second box, I think. I think the highlight of this one is clearly the white tire. I'm dying to get that build done. That might be next. We can try and install that in our increasingly growing race scene. So this one, I can't see how to get in it. I'm going to go in the side. I'm going through the cardboard. Yes, that's the kind of guy I am. Complete rebel. And they seem to have used a old set box as packaging, which is very clever indeed. Don't need the paperwork, don't need the box. I think that's just squidgy packaging. Very well done indeed. Oh, and very nicely packed, I must say. So first of all, we've got a do not bend envelope here for the stickers. Oh, and a banner, I believe. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, and some wings. Wow, these are pristine. Wow. Okay. So the first thing I want to, well, that is pristine. That's straight out the set. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, well, what set did that come from? Because that should have come from the Natural History Museum, you know, the modular 10326 from the other year, because they've got the dinosaur exhibition on. But then, of course, it's from the Visitor Centre, T-Rex and Raptor Attack 76961, a Jurassic World set. Yeah, okay, that does make sense from 2023. But I thought it'd be really good on the Natural History Museum, possibly on the back, because it might be that I'm having the back visible from one particular angle, maybe against the rail tracks or something like that, and the front's pretty congested. It might be really quite hard to use there. That you could arguably have it across the street. It's only one-sided. I'd need a second one for that. But I thought if I pinned it on the back, it would really brighten up an otherwise drab scene. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to use that, but I know exactly where I am. So yeah, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, you know, just totally fits with that set. So yeah, that's where that's going to go. I just wish that just one of those Jurassic World sets would have dinosaurs that hadn't escaped. I say this a lot, but it just always bugs me. It's like they don't have one leak, do they? They have all of them getting out at the same time, every single time. Anyway, so these wings, they aren't quite as pristine as I thought. They have been used, but they are very nice, and they're kind of bat wings with cobwebs on and spiders and stuff, and it's a pity they're complete mirror images of each other, because it's a bit of a repeating pattern. It'd be better if they were slightly unique, but anyway, they come from just one Time Cruiser set of 6495, the Time Tunnelator. Yes, that is a thing, from 1997. And it was just when I was going through my phase of getting all the different types of wings to build some odd contraptions that I got these. So I already got the Ewok wings, which I think might be my favourite, but these were quite keenly priced, so I thought, yeah, go on, I'll try both, or maybe even build two. So I can either have somebody leaping off a building with these strapped to some contraption, or maybe I'll build myself a Time Tunnelator. Yeah, just looking at these, they look a little bit damaged, actually. I think they've had a bit of a life. See that top edge there? I don't know what's going on there. It's almost like the colours sort of split away from the plastic or something like that. So yeah, so far Ewok wings are definitely winning in that battle, though I could use it that way and you probably wouldn't see. Anyway, not to worry, they were mere pennies. Some stickers. I got this one from 60326, Picnic in the Park from 2022, to go on the top of the little buggy that's in that set that was sent to the channel as part of a previous brick haul by subscribers. So essentially I can put that on. I've already got that set, so I'll have two of the little buggies being able to scamper around the botanical gardens or wherever they might be. But the second one now can have a full sticker on its roof. And then this one from the 60289 Airshow Jet Transporter from 2021, which I do like that set, but it's just too many Lego City sets where there's a big long transporter that's ridiculously long with a great big thing on that's totally going to block all your roads. So I've got enough blockages on my road, so I don't really want that set, even though I do quite like it, especially the jet. But I thought I'd get the stickers because they were cheap here. Special transport being probably the key one, but you never know, I might be able to stick these on something else. You could probably make that into an advert, a billboard or something, if you got a nice 2x6 tile in the right colour maybe. Make it as a bench back. Just whether that height is enough. Let's get 2 by something. Yeah, and that's not going to work, is it? It's too tall. You'd have to clip off half of the plane. But then again, that might look quite good. Something like that. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe a bit of sticker surgery. And we've even got a pair of number plates, though they are different. Yes, so I might need the sticker sheet again if I'm going to use them. Anyway, that's good. Oh, this is something I've never had before. And it is rigging. Wow. Did I want 4? I'm not sure I deliberately bought 4. Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I was thinking I wanted 2 of these for my pirate build, which is nice and silly. But it's not for that. It's for a hot air balloon build. So I did want 4. One for, well, each of the 4 sides of it. So that's cool. Looks like very good condition in old brown. So, yeah, never had any of those before. Don't think. Anyway, we'll stick those all over Robin. Never get him out now. Talking of hot air balloons, yeah, I must have been going through a period of thinking about them because another thing is I've got the ones made out of these pieces. You get 8 of these into kind of a globe and they look really pretty. And I thought in the distance above Brick Nottingham, right probably back in the far corner, it'd be kind of good to have 2 or 3 of these in different colours, kind of like you sometimes see on a summer's day drifting off to goodness knows where. And I got one from the old Prison Island, the black and red one, and I also got it again as part of a bulk lot which I bought for cheap. And well, I don't want 2 that are exactly the same colours, so I thought if I bought 4 white ones I could get rid of the black colour and have a red and white one instead of a red and black one, so that would be good. Or a black and white one. No, I think red and white would be better. So that is why I got those. Some more old grey pieces, either for castle walls or for Project Old Grey, which I think is ready for show now. Oh, there's loads of good stuff in here. You can see it all. I just looked. We've got more of these. Yes, the slopes that are going to be that big winding path all the way down from the drawbridge of Brick Nottingham Castle down into the old town. Probably going to have them overlapping a bit so we can get down a bit quicker. But yeah, they are very nice indeed. I've got those 1,000 times, so you probably know all the sets, what they came from, off by heart. We've got a beach party sticker. That's one I'm addicted to, and it's on a nice brick that I can use to hold up things as well. So yeah, that's fine. That's from 60154. The social distancing bus station from 2017. So yeah, that's to advertise, obviously, the party that is going on my beach. This is also from the same set. And I put that on my bus stops by moving it, and then I get a free 2x4 tile for my streets as well. Here's an ATM screen piece, just so I can standardise all of my ATMs, from the Donut Shop opening set, 60233, from 2019, on the Donut Shop there, originally. I've moved mine. Yeah, I kind of want to tie that in with all of those Asteroid Bank ATM pieces I got and can't combine them because I just think that's a really nice screen compared with a lot of the other ones. From that same set is the TV6 Plus banners. I've got a lot of those. I might use some of these actually as part of the decoration and awnings around, not awnings, kind of side barrier type things around the races as well. Don't know if I want to keep them for the building now. I've got quite a lot of race ones competing for it, so maybe I won't use the TV6 Plus ones, but they are very nice indeed as well. Got one more of these window pieces. Ooh, this one's a bit battered. Looks like it's been put on a dirty piece and not in the middle. I'll try and repair that using my patented hot tea technique. Yes, yes. So that is from 70643, the Temple of Resurrection, to make a nice tall kind of chrysanthemum hotel. There we go. Got some awning pieces on these old slopes, which I thought might be part of the old town, because that was the name of this order actually. It was Billboards and Old Town, because there's loads of different bits for both basically. These slopes only came in one set, 4162. The Freestyle Multi-Box from 1995, and you can see them there on the kind of monster propeller car at the top right there. So yeah, that's where they're used, but I'm thinking just a simple awning, maybe red and white. It's sort of a butcher's shop or something like that. Don't know, quite like the idea of that. So where to put these so you can see it all. Another one of these soldier foot bits for the baddies from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So yeah, that's pretty nice. That's from 10669 Turtle Lair from 2014. And I don't really know how to use these. I'm buying them because, well, they're very relevant to a collection of the sort of army building I'm doing. But it's not a sticker, it's a printed piece. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard one to use if you aren't building a sort of jet ski come swamp boat type thing. I was wondering if I could adapt it into a sort of shield that the robot foot soldiers might be using. Or maybe a backpack. Oh, that sounds quite good, actually. Maybe I can make them into backpacks. Cool. So, yeah, maybe they're airborne. Who knows? So, new parts. Yeah, may as well mix them all in. Got some white hinge bricks. Oh, they're to replace the ones that were quite stained from the previous order, if you remember that. Black bricks with grabbers on. I think the final part for my siege tower. Maybe that is too. Glow-in-the-dark cones. I think that's a hangover from the Halloween train, actually. But, you know, I don't think they'll go to waste. So I can make them into little lamps and they'll glow in the dark as part of my Operation Glow in the Dark. Some other minifigure pieces here. We've got a nice pair of trousers for a Fright Knight. Well, Fright Knight? Do I mean a Fright Knight? Anyway, a knight. Just a dark red on the black. Lance. One of those. Halberd is that? I think that's a halberd. Another lance. A few bits of ballast thrown in for good measure. Can't remember. Might be for the space station. And I'm getting some more surfboards because I've been collecting all the sails for the windsurfers, as you probably know, and I haven't got enough boards. And a red one. I don't think I've even got a red one. So there you go. There's a red one of that. So we have now. That's for a billboard. There should be a few more pinky tiles for a very bright billboard. Yes. Dark pink, light pink, that is deliberate. Yep. Oh, here's another idea for a store in the old town. I saw this, I've seen it a few times, forks, and you think, how could I use that? 76394, Dumbledore's Phoenix from 2021 is where it comes from, and yeah, it looks very new indeed. Oh, the bag did say new, didn't it, actually? Yeah, that is a very nice looking piece, but what could I use it for? Well, Fawkes is called Fawkes because of Guy Fawkes, who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament, as you may or may not know, many hundred years ago, which is why we have Guy Fawkes Night, which is what we call kind of bonfire night, or, well, the 5th of November, where we do our fireworks. And I thought, therefore, it could be a fireworks shop called Fawkes. So, yeah, doesn't have to be a very jazzy sign, I suppose, if it's got loads and loads of colourful rockets and stuff underneath it. So that's my thinking there. It is a bit drab, though, so maybe the rest of the sign needs some 3D fireworks sort of hanging off it or something like that, or some explosions going on. I don't know. Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? It'd be a very big shame if Fawkes was on fire and was kind of blowing up spectacularly, wouldn't it? Okay, some more interesting new parts. If this one, with the EMT sort of symbol, well, a variation of it, the Paw of Life, I think we're going to call that, 60382, the Vet Van Rescue from 2023 is where they came from. I don't really remember that set. I guess it's because it's a Juniors-y one that I maybe passed me by, but it looks pretty good value with 2 figures, a dog, a cat, and 2 of these printed pieces in it. So again, for the old town, if I'm going to have a small vet sort of wedged in between 2 others, or maybe I'll have that somewhere bigger. I was thinking of doing it above the supermarket in the empty sort of corner garage top sort of sections, but then I thought, yeah, dead pets near food, maybe not. Anyway, that is a nice panel to get that started. Now this is definitely for the old town. I don't know how many were in this set, but I managed to get 5 from this seller. They are some white 1x4s, but with this sort of silvery sort of lace sort of patterning on. And I thought, wow, that's good. I'll be able to use that for something. They came from 40383, Bride from 2020, Brickheads. And it seems there's only 1 on there, is there? But basically I thought, well, yeah, a wedding shop would be exactly the sort of small sort of boutique that would be in the old town of Brick Nottingham. And I thought if I got 5 of these, I could kind of have 3 of them running along the top of the frontage and just have it very narrow, sort of 12 wide. And then on the bottom, I could have 2 of them and then space for the door. So you'd have a window in between, of course, with some lovely bridal wear. So 1, 2, door, 1, 2, 3 above door, and it looked sort of very, well, wedding-y. So yeah, thought that'd be quite a good idea. Not unique, but yeah, interesting pieces for it anyway. Cool. Then some torsos. Dark blue one from 60398, Family House and Electric Car from 2023. I'm not sure if I got this one. It's still on my list, so yeah, I bought it, or I bought another. Yeah, it's a nice top. I could do more than one of those. This one I've definitely got, but I like it because it's a glow-in-the-dark torso. It's kind of got, well, what would you call that? A tracksuit top on with a hood and stuff. It's from the biker from the Knockdown Stunt Challenge 60341 from 2022 stunt set. But I just thought it was good, and I've even got some lime hands in case I'm missing some for an alien. So yeah, somebody could just be wearing that in the street, and they can glow in the dark as well. Fantastic. Some more 1x1s for my card shop. We've got a disco ball, and we've got a comet. Very cool. We've also got a cat with a sweatband on and a dog with a sweatband on. There we go. So they look very much like greetings cards to me. One that says have fun. Maybe somebody's going away on a holiday. And a cup for somebody who's done very well. So I think they'll be great. And a pink one. We have got black plates. They look pretty boring. Let's just tick those at the back. And then we've got, more ballast. Buy these whenever they're under 2p or around 2p. Tip those on there. And loads of other black plates and connecty pieces. I think a lot of these are for the balloon build with the big rigging pieces. A couple in dark red, which means they're probably for the siege tower actually. And yeah, a few other bits as well. So I've covered up half of the good ones, but we'll try and bring those to the top. And that brings to a close a lovely haul. 2 lovely boxes of good stuff for loads of projects coming up. So I think we've made some real progress today with the Old Town mainly. Some really good shop ideas with the wedding shop, the fireworks shop, an awning for maybe a butcher's shop, I don't know. It's a bit more of that path, that lovely Blacktron piece for the undersea kind of defense tower, if you will. Very, very cherished. Most of all, though, is the second white tire, so we can get on with that racing scene and the racing advert that this is going to be part of that scene. It's quite a big build. I think it's going to be rickety as anything, if I'm honest with you. But, if I can get it together and just walk away slowly, then that works for me. Some really good sticker pieces for repeating in my city, the beach party, the TV, the ATMs and the bus stops. That's going to make that a bit bigger. I think the balloon scene in the distance is a really good idea. Bit of a disappointment on the wings, bit of roofing, and loads of other stuff. So very happy with that. And lots of cobbles as well for our cobbled street. I'll need to get these clean. He says, just discovering another bag. Oops. Well, I've done my summary. That was my summary. I've got some fences in dark bluish grey. Now these are for when you've got a big advertising awning. They have that sort of walkway for the poor chap who has to go up very high and put the thing up. So that's to go sort of that way underneath some of these advertising awnings. And I like them in grey. I don't think I've ever had them in grey, dark grey before. So there's 7 of those. More of the boards, yes. Now you understand. Now I've probably got enough for all of my sales. Yes, all the different colours under the sun. Very nice indeed. So yeah, that is going to brighten up my thumbnail now. Remember to open all the bags. Just checking around if there's any more. No, there isn't. And then there's 4 of these fence pieces, the curved ones, in this medium nougat, I think I'm going to call that colour. And they're going to make up the basket for the balloon as well. So that's the summary, almost over. A few more supports, interesting experimentation for a walkway gantry, some stickers. Yeah, really good haul. Well, all of this stuff for the Old Town's going to give me a lot of inspiration. I'm essentially buying the kind of key pieces that will give me the shape of it and the idea and what I'm trying to sort of squeeze all together before I start designing it. And then I can have all of that kind of close at hand and think about how it's all going to dovetail together. Because I kind of have visions of it being a bit like the the Harry Potter Diagon Alley type sort of scenes where all of the shops are kind of joined together and twisting around on different streets and so on. And it'll be an absolute mess, but a very beautiful mess. So yeah, getting all of these key pieces is going to be a real help towards that. When I'm going to find the time to design it all is going to be another thing, but it will be kind of like a huge modular, but just probably about 4 base plates. But before I do even that, I need to design the new sort of major oak hill, so I know how that's going to dovetail with everything as well. So yeah, there's an absolute load of designing I need to do, and hopefully I'll be able to do that over the Christmas period, a little bit at least, in between all of that red wine. But one thing's for sure, we won't be having a haul next week as well. It'll be Christmas. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome brick hauls. Do also subscribe to the main Robin Hood Bricks channel to see all of these pieces eventually get used. I do intend to eventually use them all. And if you value these channels, there are many ways in which you can support them. Do check out the links in the description below. And yeah, I hope you all have an absolutely fabulous Christmas. I won't see you again on this channel, at least till afterwards. So until we do meet again in 2025, see you! Yeah, the tire might be the most important, but that banner is arguably the most cool.